Hey folks, it's Jeff for This Week with JTT here, and we on day 2 of the Diddy trial here. Like I said, I try to do the daily on the Diddy trial best I can. And based on what I'm reading here is from Associated Press here. It says jury selection in the Sean Diddy Combs sex trafficking trial expected to be complete by Wednesday. So if I heard correctly, they had 150 people to choose from, like a extensive pages, questionnaire. So it's not gonna be no easy 1, 2, 3. It's not. This is not your usual jury selection here. This is gonna be pretty much, totally different. It'd be something you're gonna like, yeah, this is gonna be different. See, it starts off in New York. A jury in the sex trafficking trial of Sean Diddy Combs is expected to be in a place between Wednesday. It'll be in place. So basically, it's gonna be complete sometime Wednesday, which is now. I'm a little behind and all that stuff. Lawyers said, told a federal judge after dozens of prospective jurors were questioned over 2 days to see if they could judge the music mogul fairly. Which is going to be pretty tricky because a lot of people know who Sean Diddy Combs is. The lawyers measured the progress made over 2 days after Judge Arun Subramanian completed questioning dozens of prospective jurors to weed out any biases. Opening statements are scheduled for Monday, where prosecutors will cast Combs as the head of a criminal organization who exploited his fame and fortune to sexually abuse women and destroy young lives. Defense attorneys plan to counter by saying Combs was not committing crimes when he engaged in sexual activity with consenting adults, which I bet you definitely there's drugs or alcohol involved. That could get messy, and it'll be against Combs's defense. Combs, 55, had pleaded not guilty to a 5-count indictment charging him with leading a racketeering conspiracy from 2004 to 2024. That's 20 years. That's a long time. That resulted in various crimes, including kidnapping, arson, bribery, and sex trafficking. And that's a big deal. And being head of a crime organization, it's not going to be the cops be coming after you. It'd be the feds. The feds. The Bad Boy Records founder has been held without bail since his arrest at Manhattan Hotel last September. On Monday and Tuesday, the judge assembled a pool of 35 potential jurors, 10 individuals short of a group of 45 would-be jurors that are one step from sitting on the jury for a trial projected to last up to 2 months. So right now it's May, go all May, June. I'm going to say go past summer. Now, will it last past June? Yes, I think it could last past June. Now, if for some reason you finish it before the 4th of July, I say, okay, I won't be surprised. It depends how prepared they are. If the prosecutors are really prepared, yes, it could go up to close to July. But as a defense, could find a way, try to throw enough doubt, saying that Diddy's not guilty, it could stretch on. I say it like this: if this is one of the cases where they got enough evidence to really nail him to the wall and force him for a plea bargain, yes, it could possibly be done before July. But if the defense is going to fight, run the clock, or have it not, I wouldn't be surprised to go past July, possibly into August. The last step in the process will occur while lawyers on both sides strike a limited number of individuals off the jury for reasons they are usually not required to disclose. So basically, they have to tell you why. They say, okay, you're off the jury. Newest possible jurors will be disqualified on Tuesday after answering questions in ways that left lawyers and the judge believed that they could not be fair and unbiased. One man was dismissed after expressing doubt that he could follow an order by the judge not to smoke. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to laugh. I didn't see that one coming. Okay, let me start again. Now, this is one of the questions that I just read that had me laughing. One man was dismissed after expressing doubt that he could follow an order by the judge not to smoke marijuana for the duration of the trial. Are you You gonna tell me there's a trial? You know there'll be cops, lawyers, whatever. You're gonna smoke weed. Like I said, I'll show you the link. You read it for yourself. I quote: "One man was dismissed after expressing doubt that he could follow an order by the judge not to smoke marijuana for the duration of the trial." Okay, I'm not saying he gonna smoke for the whole world to see, but to stay clean and sober. In other words, they want the jurors to have their minds clean and sober so they can make a clear, unbiased choice, decision. So in other words, though, the guy won't get off the weed. Yeah, I can see why he got dismissed. Wow. He was honest, Sabinian quipped, elicited laughter throughout the courtroom where he interviewed prospective jurors one at a time. Yeah, at least I'm glad he was honest though. One got messed up. He tried to make one of those tough decisions, and they find he's test positive for TCB. That would be wild. That'd be wild. Whew. Throughout the day, Combs seemed engaged in the process. Sometimes he was the first to rise from his chair at the defense table each time a potential juror entered or left the courtroom. At the end of the day, he stretched several times in his cushioned chair. Several who were eliminated from the jury pool had seen or heard media reports related to the case, including some who said they saw the video in which Combs was hitting and kicking one of the accusers in a Los Angeles hotel. Okay, that must be most of the Cassie video. But one man who had written on the questionnaire that the video left him with the impression of an angry, hostile person who was entitled, was not dismissed from the jury pool. Well, he wasn't lying. Once again, he says one man who had written on a questionnaire that the video left him with the impression of an angry, hostile person who is entitled. That man told no lies. He was not dismissed from the jury pool. I'm glad he wasn't. It'd be crazy. After the video aired on CNN last year, Combs apologized. Too little, too late, dude. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I was disgusted when I did it. I am disgusted now. Why? Because he sobered up. In a court filing Tuesday, prosecutors complained that a prominent attorney, the father of one of the lawyers on Combs' legal team, had a long-standing relationship with Combs. Let me read this again. In a court filing Tuesday, which is yesterday, prosecutors complained that a prominent attorney, the father of one of the lawyers on Combs' legal team, so let me get this straight. A prominent attorney, the father of one of Combs' legal team, had a long-standing relationship with Combs and seemed to be acting as an advisor to Combs and the defense team, even as he spoke about the case repeatedly in his podcast. The prosecutor urged the judge to require the attorney to obey rules that require lawyers working on the case to limit their public comments. Wow, this is getting interesting here. Very interesting. I think that is it for now. So, folks, what do you think about this? This is day 2. They pretty much cut down to where they can start the trial, very, very soon. But what are your thoughts on it, though? I include a link. I think it's going to be interesting. And I got more news for you as time go on. Until then, folks, peace.